You know, when I think of Battlefield 1, I think of a lot of things. I think of all the explosive spam and the PTSD I acquired through numerous grenades being chucked in my direction every time I hopped on a flag. I think about the sniper sweet spot mechanic that essentially turns sniping stupid easy, where even an inbred like myself could do it, which should not be possible. And then last but not least, I think of all the terrible suppression and the bullet spread that was caused because of it, which DICE continuously tried to fix. And even with all that, even with all those negative memories and negative connotations I have with Battlefield 1, I still somehow, some way, find so much enjoyment from playing this game. I've had so many fantastic moments in games in this game that I've officially lost count. There's just so much good shit that came from this game when I played it. Whether it was with my friends Eggy and Hitman and Rocky and Hollow, all the crazy bullshit I did by myself. The first ever collateral I ever had in a game was in Battlefield 1. That's how fucking crazy that is. Also goes to show how easy the sniping was once again. So when I heard that Battlefield 1 was coming to PlayStation 5, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of teared up a little bit. I wanted to continue the great memories and continue to give you guys the fantastic Battlefield 1 content that I've been giving this channel since about 2016 or so. But then, after all the happy feelings wore off, I started to think a little bit. I started to think about some of the things that I still have no confirmation on. No matter how much I've tried searching for it. Every time I search up Battlefield 1 on PlayStation 5 to get some information, it's always about the next Battlefield game coming out next year, in 2021 or 2022. I say to myself, I don't give a fuck about this. I care about what's happening right now. So, this commentary is essentially serving the purpose of me trying to find answers to these questions that I have that are very important to me. Maybe not to others, but to me they're important. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about this in the YouTube community, because I've looked. I've tried typing it up. Maybe I'm not using the right keywords or whatever, but I've tried typing it up, and it doesn't fucking pop up. So, without further ado, let's get started. Obviously, we know that Battlefield 1 is part of the PlayStation Plus collection, where a bunch of very influential games throughout the last couple of years have released on PlayStation 4. So that I know that much, which has been confirmed. But does that mean that this game is going to be digital download only, or can you actually play it backwards compatible with the disc? And on top of that, is the game going to be cross-platform in some sense? Not with just PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but more or less PlayStation 4 and PS5 at the same time. And even with the other Xbox as well, the Xbox Series X. I have not really found any confirmation to that, and I don't know why, and I think that's very important to know. Because with PlayStation 4, at least in my experience, at peak hours, which is about, for Eastern time, it's probably about 4 to 9 o'clock, roughly. That's probably peak hours, in my opinion. Maybe it could be different with everyone being home with the coronavirus and shit, but that's besides the point. So it's very hard even then to find servers. I've tried so hard to try and find servers at those hours. Whether it's Conquest, TDM, Domination, Operations, I've tried it all, and I fail miserably every time. This game is essentially killed when BF5 released. And we all know how much of a shit game I think BF5 is a pretty below average game for Battlefield, in my honest opinion. Battlefield 1, despite its issues, shits all over Battlefield 5. Yet for some reason, Battlefield 5 somehow, some way, is more populated than BF1 is on the East Coast and US. And I've tried so many times in the past, whether it's through me, whether it's Hollow, and I refuse to fucking play in games that I'm not going to have a good connection. If it's not United States, I'm not going to fucking go to Europe, I'm not going to go to UK, I'm not going to go to Ireland, I'm not going to go to Germany, I'm not going to search up servers there, because that's where I have a disadvantage with connection. And I'm not going to put myself in that situation. So, if if at all, if any of this is confirmed, I'd love to know, because to be honest with you, it's the population of the game that I'm worried about the most. As happy as everyone's going to be as happy as pig in shit. Does this actually mean that the servers are going to be populated enough where people can find games? People like me who are trying to find games at peak hours and can't find shit and just give up after like 20 minutes trying to find something. You know? Because that's essentially where I'm at. I try so hard and I get nothing in return and I just get upset. And I just want to play this game because I love this game. So, and then that kind of goes, and this next question kind of goes into what I just said now. Can I actually use my PlayStation 4 disc without actually having to use the PlayStation Plus collection thing that they are talking about? So, and because, and this actually kind of begs to a different question. You know, if I have to use the PlayStation 4 disc, I kind of have an issue with that, because with that, all of my data and all of my save data, or not my save data, but all of my memory of the game is stored into my external hard drive, because my external hard drive, I mean, Battlefield 1, I should say, is a pretty big game. It's well over 100 gigabytes big, and with a standard PlayStation 5, that doesn't do. I mean, a standard PlayStation 5 only holds about 460 something, you know, and that's being generous. So I had to move it to my external hard drive, which is 4 terabytes big, which is a lot of space. But because I had to move all of it, does that mean it's going to affect in some way, shape, or form if I try to use the PlayStation 4 disc? Is that even confirmed that it could take PlayStation 4 discs, as I said earlier? I don't have no idea. My other problem with this is the premium, the DLC. Battlefield 1 was the last game to have premium, and I have premium for the game. So again, my issue comes in the sense of, how the fuck am I even going to play this game without premium? Because I played all the standard maps. I like most of the standard maps, except for Fat Fortress and a few others, but I just can't see myself playing just standard maps unless they have something implemented with DLC. Now, the reason I'm talking about my disc and the hard drive and DLC with this conversation, I was going to save it till later, but the reason I'm talking about it now is because somehow, some way along the way, my premium ended up being part of my external hard drive. My game was still saved on my standard PlayStation 4 hard drive, but for some reason my premium went to my external hard drive, and I tested this out one day because I was confused as to why my guns that I unlocked and spent all this time trying to unlock, where the fuck did they go? Because I didn't have my PlayStation hard drive in, my external hard drive in. I go to find out that somehow, some way, my premium ended up on my external hard drive. I have no idea how to change it, so I just put the entire thing onto my PlayStation, my external hard drive. So I was a little annoyed by that, and now that I'm thinking about the PS4, the BF1 on PlayStation 5, I am a little worried, because if I do have backwards compatibility with disc, because that's where I have Battlefield 1 on, does that mean that I have to, I'm going to lose all of my data, because all of my saved guns and all the guns I unlocked are still located somehow on my external hard drive, which I have no idea is confirmed to even work with PlayStation 5. So I'm in a bit of a pickle on that end as well. So this is the type of shit I've been asking, and no one seems to have any information on stuff like this. So unless I'm looking in the wrong places, again, I could just be looking in the wrong places. But to be honest with you, I'm a little annoyed that no one's really have any information on this, which goes into my next point. You know, do I have to start from scratch? If I have to play this game by downloading it through the, that digital PlayStation Plus collection thing, do I have to start from scratch? Because that kind of bothers me a little bit. And I'll tell you why. Do you not understand the struggle of having to play Battlefield 1 all over again when you've already gotten past level 100? Do you even understand what it takes to get to level 100? Once you hit like level 85 or 90, you are going to spend hours, days, months, maybe a month or so if you're really dedicated, but for me it felt like forever. From level 80 something to like 99, it was almost a breeze. Obviously it's going to be difficult, but Once level 99 came, good God, I cannot describe to you the struggle I had and the grind I had just trying to move up one level. For some goddamn reason, DICE in their infinite wisdom made it like a 2.5 million or something, points to get to the next level. And unless you're playing operations consistently and constantly using squad boosts, you have no chance of fucking getting there within a month. That's just being honest. Maybe I was a little bit more than a month, but still, because I was playing it very casually as well, but still, that's all I played once I realized the formula. I have to at least get 10,000 points a match in operations in each map. Once I get operations in each map, then, if I have the squad boost, it's definitely going to double everything, on top of whatever awards I get throughout the match, which also doubles, I think, as well. So, essentially, I found the formula for it. But at the same time, as much as I know the formula that I created, that I'm sure many others have used in some way, shape, or form as well, I don't want to do that again. And especially if the DLC is coming in and all the weapons aren't going to be unlocked already for you, depending on backwards compatibility and memory and all that technical mumbo-jumbo bullshit I mentioned earlier, it seems as though that I'm fucked. Because the last thing I want to do is re-unlock everything that I've already unlocked and spent months, hours, for God knows how long. And the last thing I want to do is go from 99 to 100 again. And that's being honest. And some people say, oh, why are you complaining about it? Just do it, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, guys. I work. I can't fucking spend all my time playing video games all the time. I gotta make money too, I got goals, I got things I want to accomplish in life. I can't be sitting here with this, I can't be fucking spending all this time. So as casually as I'm gonna be playing it, I don't want to have to do everything over again, because it doesn't benefit me. And definitely, it would be cool in a sense to some people, but for me it would just be a chore. And I don't want to have this game be a chore, because I love this game. I said I love this game, and I have great memories on this game, and I don't want all of my memories destroyed because of some garbage that like that. That's basically all I'm gonna say. Because, and that's the other thing. One more thing about the DLC. Is that going to be free? I know BF1 they did this whole thing with free DLC, which was a really fucking terrible system in the end, because you can tell they had no idea what they were doing. A lot of the content was good, but it was just took so goddamn long to get. So does that mean that we could possibly get DLC for free, or do we have to pay for premium again? Or if you already have the premium, can't you just play the premium, if that makes sense? Or can't you just play it with the premium if you already have it installed? That goes to the whole backwards compatibility issue I was talking about earlier. But here's the other thing. Could they possibly, despite working on Battlefield 6, add more DLC? Because if you watch there's a Flackfire video that he released a little while back about Battlefield 5, or Battlefield 1 I should say, was killed before its time. And how there was a ton of things that they could have added in World War I that DICE never touched on. Which I'm sure if they had more time and they never released Battlefield 5, I think they probably would have gotten to eventually. However, I don't really know. I would like them to add a couple more DLC maps, because in my honest opinion, I don't see me playing this game for, as much as I love this game, I don't see me playing it for a long period of time. I played all the maps. I have most of the weapons unlocked already on my base PlayStation 4. I can't see myself... I could see myself playing it a long time, but definitely not as long as I have in the past, because I already know everything. There's nothing new coming to the game. Unless there's something new, that gives me an incentive to keep coming back. If you remember, once They Shall Not Pass released, the population dipped. And it was constantly like that throughout Battlefield 1's, as it is with all games with DLC, but especially Battlefield 1, because it was getting pretty low there for a little while. Then They Shall Not Pass rose it up, then it dipped again, then In the Name of the Tsar, and then it dipped again, and so on and so forth. So those are my issues I have with Battlefield 1 coming to PlayStation 5. I feel like, again, there's no information. There's absolutely zero information from DICE, from EA, from anybody, and I haven't been able to search for it, and maybe I'm just looking in the wrong places, like I said. I haven't seen anybody on YouTube talking about it either. None of the big guys like Jack Frags and such and Level Cap. But if they can just give me some information that would maybe answer some of my questions, as convoluted as they may sound, it's really not all that difficult, but I would hope it's not that difficult. But either way, guys, thank you so much for checking out today's video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Follow me on all the social media stuff, and of course, check out my podcast down in the description as well. See you guys soon.